facilitator
I personally feel like
has interviewed your children. So your children are 16, 14, 13. This is not like a 6-year-old. So much more weight to be given on the thoughts and input of the children. I can guarantee you that, Ms. Sewell. Since we're last in court, Ms. Pratt has conducted a custody parenting time investigation, which included an interview of all 3 of your children. Ms. Pratt has made a recommendation. Have both of you received a copy of Ms. Pratt's recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The recommendation is that the front of the court recommendation, Mr. Pratt, dated August 13th, 2024, be adopted. Specifically, mother's parenting time shall be every other weekend, Friday at 4:30 to Monday to school during the school year and during the summers, week on, week off, with the exchange at Sundays at 6 o'clock. The mother's parenting time with lunch shall be reasonable and liberal. The outstanding parenting time complaints filed with the front of the court through July 8th be dismissed. Ms. Sewell, do you understand the recommendation?
I do understand it. I understand what's wrote. I don't understand how we got here.
Okay, so you disagree with the recommendation?
Absolutely.
How we got there is we have an independent, experienced front of the court facilitator.
I personally feel like she's
interviewed your children. So your children are 16, 14, 13. This is not like a 6-year-old. So much more weight to be given on the thoughts and input of the children. I can guarantee you that, Ms. Sewell. So maybe you should ask yourself these questions, because obviously this is what the children want.
Now I want you to brace yourself, because she is about to have a meltdown accusing not only her husband of disgusting things, but her kids too. Why is she willing to lie to this extent about her own family? Because she's used to it working. However, it won't work. She has a meltdown here.
The children would always choose ice cream over broccoli, and that's what's happening right here. I serve my children broccoli. He chooses to serve them ice cream. Children will always choose ice cream over broccoli. There are serious concerns within this case that have not been addressed, and unfortunately, it's so sickening and disturbing, this case, that the outcome of this recommendation is me dropping out. I don't wish to continue this anymore. My children have been failing educationally for years, and he's the one in charge of getting them to school, taking them to school. He's been charged with truancy charges. My son has dropped out of school. My children are depressed, suicidal, on medication, and all absence of their mother. But yes, continue the same path for them. Everybody agreed that something different needed to be done, and choosing the same sickening and despair life for them is enough for me to decide that continue on and do that. My son is now dropped out of school. There's no changing that. My daughter had a 1.3 grade average last year. I have went to court every single year fighting to know knowledge about my kids, fighting to be present for my kids, fighting for my kids to attend birthday parties, fighting for my kids to attend funerals. I've had to go to court to know my kids' education, to know their therapist. I've had to go to court to have you tell him that he had to keep them in school so he wouldn't take them out for acting classes. I've had to go to court for all these things, and nothing has been done. So now my children, 13, 15, and 16 years old, are on medication, failing classes, depressed, suicidal, sexual activity, talking to men online, absolute disgust, all, and he won't do anything about it. I'm not allowed to be present. I'm pushed out of the way. So of course the kids want to choose whether they're not parented, not governed, and he's feeding them ice cream over broccoli. Absolutely, 100%. I agree with them. However, I don't choose to be a part of it anymore. I choose to not have the police called on me when I take away my son's Xbox. I choose to not have CPS called on me when I'm trying to get help for my daughter's suicide problems. I choose to not have false police reports called on me about stalking my ex. I'm choosing, if you guys don't choose better for my kids, I'm choosing to step aside. Flat out. I have 2 other children to parent and raise and worry about. That's how I feel.
To Miss
This man,
Sewell,
hold on. There's another one thing. I started this. I started all these parenting time complaints, and up until this point, because he was allowing the kids to move freely between homes, it was working out fantastically great until he tried to strong arm me into paying him some money. Hold on one second. He had moved a man into the basement with my 12-year-old daughter, lied to me about it, lied to the courts about it, wouldn't let CPS in. And my daughter is expressing sexual habits and behaviors, and nobody will investigate it, and nobody hears me. Would you be comfortable with your daughter expressing pornography and doing things online, knowing that there is a man living down in the basement and she's telling people that she's dating a 40-year-old man? Would you feel comfortable with that? This is who I'm leaving my children with.
First of all, Ms. Sewell, have you reviewed I think Mr. Axon filed in the court file, there's University of Michigan Psychiatric Emergency Department reports.
I have. And
Okay.
can I explain something to you?
Stated June 6th, whether your daughter was taken to the hospital. She claims that there's ongoing, this is her words.
Yes, can I explain something to you?
Her mother.
Yes, can I explain something to you? So
I just want to make sure that, no, you don't need.
The husband is the man in the bottom left corner. If you've been looking at him, you can tell this guy is chilling. While she willingly destroys herself in front of the judge, she claims the husband is the abusive one, yet all the evidence, including the testimony from her own kid, state she is the abusive one. She also keeps cutting off the judge, which isn't going to make her ridiculous story any more believable.
Absolutely, and it made me bawl. It's so sickening because here's the thing, Your Honor. Mr. Atkinson, I was explaining my concerns of what I was finding on her phone and explaining what I have known my son to do and explaining what we had just came across. The referee wanted to say that the kids were not allowed around each other and was concerned about incest relationships because what I was finding on Isabel's phone while she was in Mr. Atkinson's home. So I explained this to the court. The referee was like, whoa, something's going on. The kids aren't allowed around each other. Mr. Atkinson went home and told Isa and London that I was accusing them of having an incestual relationship and blamed the entire thing on me. So she absolutely was so mad at me. And I think I provided text messages to the court where she was saying, my mom's so weird. She thinks I'm having sex with my brother and she thinks I'm having sex with my dad's roommate. But these are the things that I'm finding on her phone and I'm providing them to the court. I'm not having conversations with my daughter about what I'm thinking. I'm having conversations with Aaron Atkinson, trying to get to the bottom of it. And then he's going and telling he is showing her, even these classes, he is showing them the paperwork and putting it in their faces, absolutely causing problems. I've came to the courts